from San Diego, where I'm actually at the convention right now. And I am sitting right next to one of the, in our language, it's called artista. They're the popular ones in our business. Aloha. For the ones who do not know me, my name is Rina. I am from Hawaii, here in San Diego right now. I am a Navy veteran. I am a mom of 2 boys, a full-time registered nurse, and a proud digital business owner, because this business will retire me before I turn 50. I end up doing a go live already. So I was just sitting here. I've been sitting here with Josh from PB&J Without PB. That's the title of my go live. And we've been without PB.
Peanut butter without jelly.
Yep, without peanut butter. We have been,
without peanut butter.
Yeah, we have been talking about this business and everything and life and everything. And I'm like, we've been talking here for like an hour, but I never did a go live yet. But let me bring him in and I'll have him introduce himself. Welcome to my go live. Thank you, Josh.
Hello. My name is Josh. My wife is PB. A lot of you might know PB. She's in the other room right now in a class, but you can call us PB&J, and that's what we go by. Matter of fact, we were even married on National PB&J and didn't even know it. That's how meant to be that was. But my background is insurance and real estate for the past 23, 24 years. My wife was a nurse, an ICU nurse in pediatrics in Northern California. And we made a move to Florida a few years ago. And my wife is from Vietnam. She had sponsored several family members, siblings, mom and dad, to come over to the States after she came here. And Mom and Dad have been here for several years. Her 2 younger sisters were here for a long time. Her brothers and their families were still in Vietnam, so that took a little bit longer. And the thing is, we financially support a lot of family. We live in Florida. We support a lot of her family in California. We also send money back to Vietnam whenever we can. And even though we've done well in our careers, that was always a lot riding on our shoulders. We're always looking for new ways to earn, different ways to make some extra. And unfortunately, there were a couple of times where we got scammed in the process.
I was actually going to ask you about that. So
yeah,
I think he's already answering my question. So in my go live, I always ask, the heart of this business is why, right?
Yep.
We all have our whys. It's a common thing. Our reasons are our family. We need financial, time, and money freedom. That's all we want. But what I always ask is, at what point, we already know what our whys are, but at what point in time or in your life when you said, this is it, I'm going to do it, we're going to do it no matter what? Why not yesterday? Why not the day after or the year after?
Yeah.
What was the turning point for you?
So we're always looking for something. And when we got scammed, one particular investment, 10 minutes, and we lost a couple $100,000.
Shut the front door. Sorry, I have to say that word. Shut the front door. What?
I know we did. That just drained us. And
oh my gosh.
So from that point forward, we were hustling and struggling, and we were living off of credit cards for a while because a lot of that money was supposed to pay other things.
Yeah.
Our debt piled higher and higher.
Wow.
And my wife, as a nurse, she can make triple the money in California than she could in Florida.
Oh.
And she was, she had been at this hospital for many years in California. Even though we lived in Florida, she stayed working over there.
Yeah.
And for a while, she was working in both places. Matter of fact, she would work 6 days straight in Florida. Then on Wednesday, she would fly to California. Work 6 days. Then Wednesday, fly back to Florida. Work 6 days. Every Wednesday, she would fly. And in California, she worked night shift. And in Florida, she worked day shift.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm like,
that's what she did. She did that for almost 2 years.
I cannot even imagine, thinking about it. I was like, wait, what? 6? What? Where are you? Oh my God.
She did that for almost 2 years. And I manage Airbnbs, short-term rentals. Yeah. And we got to a point where in our city that we live, they no longer allowed short-term rentals.
Yeah.
And so that kind of put a kink in our income from our business too. And so everything was just happening at once. My wife ended up staying in California, just working out there, working the overtime because she get paid so much more. She was staying with her parents and her siblings over there. And in 2023, 2 years ago, we only saw each other 4 total weeks. It was a week here and a week there, 4 total weeks for the whole year. That's how we saw each other. Yeah.
It's like you were deployed. For us in the military, because that's worse than military, because in the military, we get deployed 6 months. Yours is like...
Well, yeah, 4 weeks for the whole year.
Wow.
There were 2 different weeks that she was in Florida, and there were 2 different weeks where I went out there.
Oh, no.
And that was it. And in October of 2023 is when we found this business.
Oh, wow.
We were actually watching somebody post on Facebook for a few months. And what got our attention was the person that we saw. She was a sister of a friend.
Oh.
And she was recently divorced. She was raising 3 young kids on her own and working full-time in San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
So she didn't have time to do anything else, but she managed to find little pockets of time, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, to work on this new business that she had. And over a period of several months, we watched her income grow to the point where that little part-time income was starting to exceed her full-time job. So we reached out to her, and when we saw the system, that's the key to the systems, right? We saw the systems in place. So we decided to give it a go. We jumped in with 2 feet. We went through the training. We had our business up and running in 5 days.
Wow.
Went through all the training.
I'm the total opposite.
But for us, it was just no choice, right? We had no choice. And we set a goal to retire her in 5 years. That was the goal.
But tell us when you retire her.
She retired from nursing 5 months after starting this business. That was last year in March. 5
months, not 5 years, okay? 5 months.
Yep. 5 months. And so after that, she came home, and it was kind of unexpected. Like, we knew we were getting there, but she came back home to Florida for a 12-day stay at home, and that was like a long time for us. So that was actually the first time that we got to be together working on the business, because before that we were we were on 2 separate windows, right? So 12 days, we're working on the business together, and we just started thinking, we're not working more than hour and a half, 2 hours a day on this business. What can we do if we have all the time we need?
Full on.
So the day that she was supposed to fly home, go back to work the next day, that was the day she canceled her flight and emailed her employer and said, I'm not coming back.
Wow.
After 15 years of being an ICU pediatric nurse. And that was last March. Since then, we've been traveling, and that's the beauty of working online, right? You can go anywhere you want, and nothing changes.
Like what we're doing right now, right?
We're in San Diego right now.
This is it.
Yeah, and in the last 12 months, last year, we spent 2 weeks in Japan.
Wow.
We spent a week in Vancouver, Canada. We spent about 10 days in Paris for her birthday.
Wow, nice.
We spent a week in Cancun. We did a week Bahamas cruise. We spent time in Vietnam. We went to Australia. And now we're here in San Diego. And the thing is, nothing changes. Our business runs. We come home to checks in the mail, deposits in our PayPal, and we, even with all that traveling, we earned 6 figures in our first year in this business. So, the first 5 months working until she retired, and then that's where we are. And so this business has changed everything for us.
And I think we don't want to keep you here for too long, but because I'm going to have to reshare this. But that's what we were talking about a while ago. If you have a big why, the drive, that's the word that we use, or fire, drive and fire at the same time, you can get to this business quick, right?
Yep.
You can succeed in like months, like what they did. We all have different things going on in our lives, that's for sure. And understood, we all have lives, we all have problems, we all have whatnots. But it's up to us to take that action. And the first action is to watch our free webinar. Look, it's been sitting here for a while. I haven't even seen him look at his phone. That's because it's automated. But it all starts with that webinar. and it's free. If I don't want to keep you here for too long because we're relaxing here. It's been a long day. But last message to anyone who's been following me and know about this, but they're still holding back. What is your message?
So, if you continue to do the things you've always done, you'll continue to get the results you've always got. Are you happy with those results? If you are, good for you, but if not, you've got to change something, and that might be doing something different, something new. Get out of your comfort zone and grow a little bit. And the beauty about this is the webinar is free. Take a look at the webinar, and what you're going to find is the proven system, a system that's been in place for almost 9 years, that over 250,000 people around the world have taken advantage of. Okay? So you're going to see the system, you're going to see a supportive community, and you're going to see a track record of success regardless of your experience. You don't need to know how to sell or market or any of that. We didn't know any of that.
Nope.
But we learned through video-based training and personal mentorship.
Yep.
And all the technical stuff, it's all done for us.
Yes.
Right? We don't have to worry about any of it.
Yep.
So take a look at that webinar. Okay? Send a message, leave a comment, and you'll get a link to that webinar, and that's where it starts right there.
All right. I think that's it. And thank you for the ones who are gonna watch it. Nimbanggal daw yung aming product na Ilocano. Leave me a message or go to my website rnrinabn.com. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for your time. Ayan. Aloha. Just say
Aloha.
aloha. Okay.